What is real me? We see ourselves as just ordinary human beings, weak, imperfect, and vulnerable to the forces outside of ourselves. According to Vedanta, this happens because something is obstructing us from getting in touch with our true reality. We don't see ourselves as Satchitananda, being, consciousness, bliss, absolute. My true reality is my real self, the real me, which is different from the ego, the identification of body and mind. The Vedantis see the ego as the function of the mind. They don't see the mind as the real me. According to them, the mind is still outside or is a kind of cover over the real me, which is sometimes called the true self or the divine self. The Sanskrit word for the true nature or divine self is Atman. That is the only spiritual part of the human personality. By spiritual, I mean non-material. Both the body and the mind are material parts. The body, which is made up of material particles, is perhaps easy to understand. But it may sound strange that even the mind is material. According to the Vedantic tradition, the mind is not visible the way body is, because it is made of subtle matter. Our sense organs have their limitations, and so we cannot see the mind the way we can see the body. The mind is similar to the body in many ways. Both undergo changes for better or worse. Both are subject to illness and both have doctors. Both get tired and need rest. Both can produce joy and sorrow. The most obvious difference between the two is that one can be seen while the other can only be felt. Vedantis attribute this not to the difference in kind, but in degree. They say that both body and mind are material, one made of gross matter and the other of subtle. Both body and mind cover, or at least seem to cover, the Atman, our spiritual self, which is why our true identity remains hidden from us. The Vedantis say the goal of life or the supreme consummation of life is reached when we have direct experience of our true nature as divine beings, and when we dwell continually in that blessed experience. Those who attain this state are called enlightened. These are the people who are truly in the state of Brahmacharya, because they are truly dwelling in Brahman. The body and the mind limit the full manifestation of our divine nature. It is a big climb down, really. Imagine being reduced to a miserable, bound, imperfect, and mortal human being from our true original status as a blissful, free, perfect, and immortal divine being. For all aspirants, the spiritual life is a conscious and voluntary effort to go back to our original state of joy and freedom. For this spiritual journey to be successful, every hurdle on the way needs to be overcome and transcended. May all beings get enlightened.